Guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video I will be showing off the pet build without using any zuni masa. This build is, you require a tall man's finger and a Renault flare. So I'll start off with the skills. The skills, you want to use Plague of Toads and Link Toads, mainly because this build I'm going to be focusing on poison damage, and I have the Renault flare, which Plague of Toads is the best option. I'm using Piranha's Wave of Mutilation because in this build you're not using any cooldown reduction skills, no Grave Injustice. So Wave of Mutilation is basically makes the most sense since it reduces the cooldown to 8 seconds, or it reduces the cooldown to 8 seconds. Jaunt, Spirit Walk because of the survivability. And, against wallers, or if you get a sticky situation, you would want to get out of that. Summon Zombie Dogs, Rabid Dog. Now, this is the key to the build. I use Rabid Dogs because in high tournaments, I'm playing on Tournament 6. The Burning Dogs does not deal enough damage to normal mobs, and the 20% damage to mobs in an AoE is not really that important in Tournament 6. It will barely do any damage. So, the Bite that deals 30% weapon damage in poison is actually really effective. The thing that it did not explain in this is its stacks. So with a lot of attack speed, you will actually be able to rank this up to 60% or 90% damage. It does stack, in fact. Big Bad Booty, Slam Dance, because this is just a very good skill in general. Gargantuan, Wrathful Protector. These two skills will be your elite killers, or if you get in a sticky situation with a lot of tough mobs, you can use these two. Midnight Feast to increase the zombie dogs from 3 to 4, and also increase your zombie dogs and gargantuan damage by 50%. I honestly think this is the most important rune in the whole build. Pierce the Veil, because it increases your damage by 20%, and you are not using any mana besides piranhas, so it's a no-brainer. Feather Sycophants, because of your Plague of Toads, Adling Toads, and your Rental Flare, you will generate a lot of fetishes. Yeah, you could probably switch this out either to Grave Injustice or Fierce Loyalty, depending on your build, but I just chose Feather Sycophants because I need extra pets. And Zombie Handler, because it increases your overall damage, since you have another extra zombie dog. And also it makes your zombie dog and gargantuan a little bit more tanky. It gives it 20% more HP. Now to my gear. My gear right now, I'm using a Argyl's set. The shoulders, the chest piece, and the braces. You would want to have on your shoulders, you want to have high int, high vid, which I do have. Probably have cooldown reduction, definitely, and zombie dog damage. Or Fetish Sycophant damage, depending on which you want to max. Mask of Jerem, this is the must. This is the only thing you actually really need. Increases your pet's damage by 99%. It is a must. You need this for any build, any pet build to work. Vondal's Locket. I basically chose this because it has poison damage, attack speed, and max int, and crit chance. In this pet build, you would want to max attack speed first, followed by crit chance, followed by crit damage. You would want this because pets get their damage from your flat DPS, and I believe attack speed gives you the most DPS, and then crit chance, crit damage for the usual to crit. Argyl's Search, Argyl's Braces, basically poison damage, int, vit, and you would want crit chance. This one is not really that good, has low int and no crit chance. Taskin and Theos, this is a must for any pet build, but is also very hard to get. So if you do not have it, no worries, you do not really need it. But I have a very bad build. But mainly it gives me increased attack speed by my pets by 50%, which is really nice. Fleeting Strap, this is a crafted belt, so you can craft this anytime you want. I crafted this one because of the attack speed increased by 7%. And again, you would want really high attack speed for this build. I have about 1.92 attacks per second. You would want to get around 1.8, 1.75, around that. That's the break point for attacks, which is really nice. Hammer Jammers, because it rolled really nice, almost max int, relatively high vit, movement speed, which is not really important, but I'll get into that later, and 2 sockets. Sarge, you want to poison Sarge with relatively high int. I got 2 away from max, I believe. Yeah, I think I got 2 away from max. Yeah. You would want crit. You would probably want either crit chance or attack speed, but since I have relatively high attack speed and relatively high crit chance, I needed the crit damage because you'd want 1 for 10. That's the good crit damage crit chance ratio. I need a little bit more to break even. Tall Man's Finger, my one rolled really nicely. Trifecta with relatively high int. The attack speed could be higher, 0.5 away from max crit chance and 4 away from max crit damage. This is a really good Tall Man's Finger. They are honestly not too hard to find. I've found a few. Zuni Master Boots, Zuni Master Offhand, mainly because I could not find a better boots or offhand. And I also get 250 int, which is nice. On the offhand, you would want average damage, int, probably vit depending on your toughness, crit chance, and the last stat you would probably want zombie dog damage. The Eucaphian Serpent will probably be the best. Rental Flare, of course, for the Addling Toads. Now for the Paragon. Paragon, you would want to put the rest into movement speed until you get 25 movement speed. Put the rest into int. Offhand, max attack speed, of course, followed by crit chance or crit damage depending on your gear, which one you need more. Defense, do not need life, you do not really need all res. I put the rest into armor and, because that's what witch doctors are lacking in general. You can either put the rest into life regen, put a little bit into all res if you're lacking, or if you have really no life, you could put it into life percent. Utility, put some in life on hit. I think your pets benefit from this a little bit. I'm not sure about it. Put the rest into area damage, and then followed by that either gold find or resource cost, depending on what you need. Alright, now let's show this build in action. I don't really want to run a rift. So let's just do some bounties. Let's just do clear the Hell Rift. That's a good bounty. Okay, good. So summon zombie dogs. This is usually the build. Okay, you would see a pack, Wave of Mutilation them, and then spam your Addling Toads. This would probably be what you're doing most of the time. But what would happen is your Addling Toads would both confuse them and generate fetishes. So these guys will probably never be hitting you unless you die and you lose your fetishes. But yeah, as you can see, this is T6. No problem at all. Nothing in harm's way. Okay, here's a rare pack. I'll use Big Bad Voodoo, summon my Gargantuan, and just sit back. I'll just sit here and not attack, and you can see the damage. Wait for this to go away. Okay, let's continue. I'll skip this pack for now because I really want to complete the actual bounty. Okay, here we go. Since we have no fetishes, what we'll do is we'll just attack from here. Get into a good position. Wave of Mutilation to get that extra damage increase. Our pets will attack over there while we attack over here. And from this we generate a lot of fetishes. So we'll just pick off these. There's nothing more to say actually. Yeah, this build runs pretty smoothly. Excuse me. So yeah, there's a cheeky little guy over here. Let me just kill that so I can actually get the complete bounty. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help. So I'll just mute my microphone for the rest of the video, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, I am back. So, here we are. T6 Bounty. As you can see, it was no problem at all. I did not come even close to dying. Now, a few variations. Let's just say I did not have the Renho Flare. Let's just unequip it, and let's just equip a let's just say a Thunder Fury. What I would do in this case is I would take Rain of Toads. I wouldn't change the rune. I would put it into Rain of Toads. With Rain of Toads, it is a very high attack, or whatever, the attack ratio, or how often you attack. So yeah, that is the only problem that you could probably have with this build. If you do not have a Sarge, then of course you could run the Royal Ring of Grandeur. But for the most part, you would want to have a Jerem Helm, Tasker and Theos, a Sarge, and preferably either a Renho Flare or a Star Metal Cookery. If you did have a Star Metal Cookery, what would you do is you would change the Plague of Toads, you would change it into Fetish Headhunters. Yeah, you would change it to this. And what would you do? You would summon your fetishes. You would stand here and let them attack. While they attack, you would reduce the cooldown of all these things. Even if you don't even need the Zuni Master for it to be effective, since they would come back up with your Star Metal Cookery effect. But since we do not have a Star Metal Cookery, we have to make do with the Renho Flare. Craft the Ugils. This is probably the best set you could possibly craft. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll probably put a few videos out later on throughout the year. Please leave a like, comment if you had any questions. I'll probably answer it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.